Now, over the last few episodes, we have done quite a bit of like complicated stuff, and I think today is going to be more based around building, but there is some things that we need to take care of first. Now, I do plan on, for example, building the track that goes all the way around the mountain that we're going to put our chocolate factory on. That is a planned thing today. And there might also be a little bit of a bridge build that I asked you guys about. And we're also going to be naming our factory, and we're going to be naming our cargo truck that is moving back and forth. So, before we do all of that, though, like I said, we have some shenanigans to take care of with old Beardy Power Co. Now, Eggs and I, we've had a little bit of a disagreement with the good old Power Co. Beardy Power Co. to be exact. And well, that disagreement definitely stems from this right here, where he exchanged our paper power tokens for sunflower power tokens, but didn't actually reimburse. And so instead of that just compensation being provided, we thought we might take him to court over this and maybe sue him a little bit and see what we can get. But we've actually come up with a better plan. We could sue him, but what if we gave him some other options instead? Like maybe we could settle this, you know, with some compensation possibly.
Mr. Beatstone. Mr. Beatstone. Mr. Beatstone. Oh, there he is.
Oh. Well, this doesn't bode well.
Oh,
we've got some words.
Yeah, we have some words. You see, you see these?
See what? Oh, paper.
These.
Yeah. You use them for making fireworks and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So I bought a lot of these. Chosen bought even more, and the day after that, you changed them without giving us a notice. So I contacted my legal team.
Whoa. I did give notice. I put a little notice on the thing saying that I changed the tokens.
Not prior notice.
Sorry, you didn't specify that. Carry on.
My document specifies it.
Your document?
Well. Yes. My legal team has a new assistant. They printed it on an A3 paper.
I assure you, I'm just going to the bed. I assure you, I'm just going to the bed. I'm not running away.
I can sleep. I got a bed on me.
There we go. We go. Clear up the weather. We don't need any dismal weather on a glorious day like today when we're all hanging out as friends.
You know, thunderstorms.
Friends, you say?
Yes, friends.
You have a wall somewhere where I can put this A3 paper on.
A3 paper?
Yeah, the new assistant at the legal team is not that hasn't figured out the
this looks very printer. Official.
Oh, it is.
CEO of Beardy Power Co. Well, I mean,
yes, that's you.
Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. Yeah, okay. We'll see if I need to back out of that. Right, plaintiff tokens issued by Beardy Power Co. Yeah. I also did say not to bulk buy them. Just saying. Yeah. Carry on reading. Plaintiffs notified. Grace period. Blah 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 blah. Boring court stuff. So why are you taking me to court? I'm not reading that.
Well, first of all, this is 5 stacks of diamonds that we just... I mean, he has more, but for me it's 5 stacks of diamond that I just...
5 stacks of diamonds?
5 diamonds, my bad.
Sounds like you overpaid. Are you telling me that you're taking me to court over 5 diamonds?
I mean, it's more so that you change without giving prior notice. So if you look at this, mandate the exchange is just giving us a 1-to-1 rate on the new ones. So if you just exchange me all these tokens for new ones, I'll be fine with that. But also,
so I don't have to go to court if I just exchange the tokens.
That's fine, but then you also have to do the rest.
What's the rest? A public apology ceremony conducted at Spawn in a full chicken costume with accompanying kazoo band. Where am I going to get a kazoo band?
No, guy.
Jeez. Figure it out.
1 lifetime coupon granting I told you so privileges, redeemable anytime. Beardy changes server mechanics again. I mean, that seems fair. 1 day trip to theme park of choice. All expenses paid, including 1 meal and unlimited churros. I mean, well, I hope you pick a theme park with churros then, because I don't know of any. But, right, okay. Any further relief the court deems just and proper? Well, I mean, that bottom bit, we can ignore that, because as far as I'm concerned, this is not going to court. I feel like you could have just come and asked me at any point to trade the tokens, and I would have just given you the trade.
I tried, though.
I didn't think about that.
I did. I tried to contact your support line, and I got a hold of Jimmy or Timmy or something.
Yeah, they're mute.
Oh,
Wait.
that's why.
Yeah, that's probably why you didn't get very far. It was probably a mistake to put them on the helpline, to be fair.
Well, I mean, you can't discriminate or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Yep. But yeah, no, I'm happy to exchange your tokens. That's fine. Obviously, it'll be 4 diamonds because I already gave you a stack of the new tokens.
Sure, that's fine. I can live with
Oh,
that.
okay, cool. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Wait. I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 32.
What? That does not
God.
equal 32.
Chosen. Oh my god.
What?
You said I have a few.
You have 16 stacks chosen. 16 stacks. Unbelievable. Okay, right. I'll tell you what. I will get these exchanged for you. I will set up a little exchange platform at the PowerCo shop.
Okay.
It will be there later today because the Power Shop is actually about to get stocked as well. Look, have you seen this?
Oh, nice.
You seen look at all this.
That's organized.
Fancy.
Well, kind of. It's automating all the things. All of this just to stock my Power Shop.
Oh. Oh, yeah, with all the copper stuff. All right,
Yes.
well, I guess our diamonds are probably going to end up right back in.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
This
guess.
is what I like. Yes, that's what I like to hear. But yeah, I will set up an exchange for you so you can exchange a stack of paper tokens for the new tokens.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine. And theme park of choice. I think we might be able to arrange something there.
We're
Keep
going
an
to
eye out for
Disney?
a coupon.
Ooh.
Kind of, but no. It's less Disney, more. I don't know. Not Disney.
Like Six Flags. Oh, he's taking us to Six Flags.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Six Flags. Yeah. We'll go with Six Flags. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely what we're doing. The only thing is, I can't agree to this top one.
Why not?
A public apology ceremony conducting in Spawn in a full chicken costume with accompanying kazoo band.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't know where I'm going to get a kazoo band. I mean, that's the sticking
You'll
point
figure it
here.
out. You'll figure it out.
I certainly I can sort out the chicken side of things. That's not a problem.
You'll figure out the kazoo band.
I know a guy.
I'll figure. You know a guy.
Mhm.
You know. Right. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad we've got this all sorted then. You'll be able to exchange your power tokens shortly, and we'll go to a theme park somehow. How could we possibly do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
we
figure
can
it out.
rustle up everyone else as well, and we'll figure out how to go to a theme park. That'll be a lot of
Ooh.
fun.
We'll take friends.
Are we
Yeah.
taking Foxy
Actually,
as
have
well?
like a whole. No, we said we'd take friends.
Okay.
Oh.
Sick burn. No, of course we'll take Foxy. Of course we'll take
Okay,
Foxy.
okay.
But there is one other thing that I need to talk to you about, Chosen.
Uh-oh.
Can we go back to Spawn? So,
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you
Uh-huh.
about this building, right?
Uh-huh.
I love it. I think it's fantastic, but I think it could maybe do with a bit of a splash of color. So
Okay.
I was wondering, if you don't mind, if I could potentially rent this wall from you.
Just this wall?
Just this wall. I'd have to remove the light fitting and maybe trim the hedges a little bit, but could I potentially use this wall temporarily? I mean, I say temporarily. For the season. I'll pay you handsomely.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah? You're okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
So if I give you these, I can. That wall's mine now, right?
Sure.
Think
It's
about
fine.
it.
Look,
for the
look,
entire
look.
season.
It's
for the
fine.
entire season. Think about it.
I'll show you what it's for. I'll show you why. I'm just lowering the hedge ever so slightly. I just want to put up a little advert.
Oh.
A little. And
Oh, gosh. All right.
not a little one.
I think that should just about do it.
That Quite large.
This one. Excellent.
Oh,
Wait, how did you get alpha channels?
there's no
Well,
alpha.
it's just there's no alpha. It's just a JPEG.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It's a
fill the
perfect-
entire...
It's scaled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a perfectly sized JPEG. It's not actually scaled to the squares. If you look at the frame, there's a bit of overhang. But if you just upload a JPEG, instead of a PNG.
That, you know, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
see,
that's fine.
Yeah,
It's fully hooked to it. If you notice, like in here, I even
frame ends
removed.
there.
Look, I removed the water wheels.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like Chosen, because you're a valued customer. Look at that. Look, just the glorious
Yeah, so
empty
much space. Yeah.
But because you're you know an advocate for the power, I didn't think you'd mind if I just rented your wall, so that every time Throwlash and Foxy look in this direction, they just see the glory of Beardy Power Co.
Oh yeah. Maybe if you want to put another one like right on the other empty wall over here, I'd be down with that too. Yeah.
Oh really? I'll put one over here as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Amazing.
And that.
Okay, yeah. You've got a wall here. There's some space.
Yeah.
Is this the wall you mean?
No, the one up on the mall, next to the chain drive.
Mall?
Yeah, next to the chain drive.
Oh, amazing. I assume I need to pay another fee for that.
Well, of course.
Yeah. I thought so. Same fee. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is a big wall. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. One sec. Let's get a nice
empty
big
space.
frame. Oh, that's as big as the frame can go. Okay, so let's go like this. Yep. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right, there we go.
Powered by. Oh,
Beautiful.
Oh, that one's even better.
Isn't it just? I think that's my favorite one.
Great. Now, I've got to say, that was one heck of a turn of events. I wasn't planning to leave that conversation super happy and joyful, but you know what? I did. These advertisements are great. These are fantastic. But this actually reminded me of something that I really wanted to mention to you guys once we actually added that camera mod. And that is, if you guys have any sort of fan art or any sort of advertisements, let's say you make me something that's like this, like that's an advertisement for anything that I'm doing in the world, and you want a way to interact with the actual videos, this is a great way to do this. And I've done this in the past before, where if you guys shared something like a fan art or anything like that, it allowed me to put it into the world, like towards the end of the episode or something like that, that allowed you guys to interact with this world. And it's probably one of the best ways to do this. Now, if you do happen to make fan art, or you have already made some sort of art and you just don't know where to share it, well, there's a great place. You can join the Just Create SMP Discord, which is linked down in the description below. And there is a spot there where you can actually share that artwork. And it's an easy place for me to see it and download it and then put it into this world. It's actually pretty cool. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely be sure to check that out. I know it's a little late in the series mentioning that, but we only got the camera mod a few episodes ago. So yeah, it's still pretty fresh. And I mean, since Eggs and Beardy are advertising already, my goodness, I would love to advertise something like the mall or the dirt shop even. So I'd love to see what you guys could come up with. Let this be a challenge to you guys. I want to see how creative is my audience. I don't know. And you know what? If not, I might ask, Mrs. Architect, you know, if she wouldn't mind drawing up some advertisements as well. Yeah. Now, I know you've probably heard this at the beginning of the episode, but my goal today is to build a train track that essentially wraps around and allows me to drop off items to where we're going to be putting our chocolate factory and then spin back around and get back on the main track line. And for that, I've decided that I'm going to stream over on Twitch. But if you've already missed it, you can follow. That way you don't miss the next stream. You can follow me over on twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. You can find an easy link down in the description below. Now, one of the things I do want to mention is that if you missed it, thankfully, you get to watch the entire sped up time lapse here. And you know what? It's about time to roll the time lapse. Now, I've got to admit, after doing that section, oh my goodness, this was a headache. And it took 2 live streams to do. So all of that stuff that you've seen was about 12 hours, give or take, of live streaming to be able to get all the decorating in. And I don't even have the thing finished. Now, I know these giant slopes are not the most realistic thing, but if you've actually had the chance to play with the Create tracks, you will know that it's kind of a mess going up or down with train tracks. It is, so getting them to go around a mountain, up a mountain, down a mountain is a headache, and it was a headache. Notice this section right here. This was an accident. It was looking good, and it was the track. The track, unfortunately, though, was turning like black, like it had a dark shadow, and I couldn't figure out why. Turns out that, like, if you have a track that is inside of a chunk that doesn't terminate at like a 45 or 90 degree angle, there's a chance that the whole track in that section, in those chunks, will be glitched out like that with the rendering. Very, very weird. So I ended up finally getting it to not be glitched out. But that unfortunately left me with this side, which I do want to decorate. And I kind of wanted to make this look like it was an old service track. Kind of like how we did it in the Nether. But yes, this whole thing leads up. I got the retaining walls in at the same time, which I think look really, really nice. And up top here is where our chocolate factory is going to go. Now, we're not done yet because there's still a lot, as you can see right here, that I want to do, because I have this really, really awful overhang that goes over top of this track right here. And it may seem like it's really, really low, like our train is going to hit it, but it's surprisingly not going to hit it. And I've already ran my large train through it, and it seems to be doing just fine. It just barely makes it. I mean, this right here is perfectly height. It is the perfect height for it. But it does seem like it would hit here, but it really doesn't. It like kind of turns just perfectly. Now, this though means I need to build my first major bridge. And I did prompt you guys over on the YouTube community page, and I was like, what should I do here? Like, should I make a giant support bridge? And I didn't really give a whole lot more information other than a top-down view of the area, but I was like, this right here, like, would we do like a support bridge with like a bunch of like girders like holding the thing up? Or should I do a tunnel bridge? And boy, did I get a lot of questions of like, what is a tunnel bridge chosen? Like, what in the world is that? But at the same time, it also ended up being like the most voted on thing. Like that, the most comments there was tunnel bridge. And I think it was a lot of curiosity that sparked that. But yes, a tunnel bridge is going to be a solid bridge that is going to kind of look like a retaining wall that wraps through the entire thing. The entire thing is going to be a wall, essentially, which is completely supported, much like you would see like a dam, for example. And inside of that is going to be a tunnel over here that this track is going to go through. So it's all going to be supported with bricks and rocks and things like that. But right here will be an archway tunnel that's going to go right through the center of it. Now, this sounds really easy to do, but I have all these smooth curves to sort of work with. And I don't know if I should just use my train to drop a bunch of like rock down the center first and let it, of course, do that, and then hollow it out and redecorate. That might be one of the easiest ways. That way it gives me a good foundation. So it might be time for me to go grab my train and set a couple of the modes. And this was the train that I actually made real quick just to be able to tunnel out the track area and to also lay down my foundations. And you can see right here that I am making use of the rollers, and they work really, really well. But for this, I'm going to have to tear these down because we don't need the side rollers. What we really need is just these top rollers. And I think I want this to not be tough, and I want the mode. If I can grab the mode, I probably won't be able to. Well, like, let's shulker box up here. Anyways, we're going to set this to straight fill below, and that's going to do like I did for walls a few episodes ago. And the main thing is going to be cobblestone. And I'm sorry, I love these modular like setups where I have this container that can be taken off of this if I really want it to. Oh, it's so nice. But we have so much cobblestone to play with. So I might as well throw some cobblestone on here, and we'll get that placed in like that. And now I can just fill the train back in. We can go ahead and complete the train. Let's go ahead and move this back onto the track. And this is going to give me my fill on top of that to kind of get us a good foundation of our bridge. Now, all of this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the addition of these contraption controls, because if that wasn't actually a thing, boy, oh boy, we'd have some problems. Oh, and I'm on the wrong side. Now, I know a lot of you guys like want me to build like a Willy Wonka-esque chocolate factory, but that's not exactly the idea that I had in mind, was like a Willy Wonka style chocolate factory. Instead, I just want a chocolate factory, and I haven't really thought about it much. Like, how am I going to go about making a Willy Wonka-esque version? I did have an idea of the one that is in Orlando, like I had mentioned before. Like, I really like the idea of that one specifically, and I want to try and recreate that the best way possible. But yeah, I do like the idea of, you know, this being whimsical, and these tracks are already insanely whimsical. I mean, just look at how this train is going to have to grade here. Thankfully, this is a coming down track, not a going up track. So, I mean, it should be fine. And I know you can change the controls and the speed of a train, and we could make it go really slow coming down this mountain if we really wanted to. But at the end of the day, we're probably not even going to really see this train working all that much, because the train is just going to be doing other things. Like, we're going to be elsewhere while it's automatically working. But I don't know. Before we even get the actual building set up and we start adding whimsical decorations and stuff like that, and I don't even have chocolate yet. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of concepting, like sort of figuring things out as I go. It's not like I pre-plan all of this beforehand. No, this is just literally on the whim. I build on the whim. Like, I have like a generalized idea, like a somewhat of an idea, but like at the end of the day, like, it's just me placing blocks, and then I just don't stop for like several hours later. Like, I just keep going until I like what I like. Hey, what? This is a nice view, you know, for placing in all of this cobblestone. But yeah, this is going to give us a beautiful foundation here. Oh, this is going to be perfect, right? And then we can change the top layer, make it tough, but we want this wall to be thickened up a bit more. And that right there, that's about it. So yes, main plan for today is to make this bridge look good and make this look like something that you would see IRL for like a train pass through. Now, also, I want to lay in some tuff, so I've got this set to fill top layer tuff. So that should start breaking some of the girders and things like that. I still feel like I don't need the girders that are actually wrapping around, but having some of the girders might actually help in the look of the actual tunnel. Be kind of cool having like some rounded girders there. Like, I think that'd be pretty cool, but I still, yeah, I want the top layer here to definitely be tough to match the rest of the train track. It also gives me an idea of how thick this thing should be. And I tell you what, I've been going through so much tuff, already ran out of this tuff. My goodness. And I'm buying so much of it. There's just so much regular tuff. Let's go ahead and buy that. Let's see, I don't know how much that is, but that should be enough to, I think, finish this project. Oh man. You know, I hope you guys have been enjoying this journey thus far. I mean, all of these projects just take a tremendous amount of time. And I just love sharing the entire process with you guys. Like, I don't know. That's kind of why my episodes are the way they are, because I love to break down every individual bit so you guys have an understanding of like why I'm even doing what I'm doing. Now, I'm thinking for the bottom section, right around the bottom here, we can go ahead and turn on shuffle. And what I need to do is on the outer section, oh, not using lanterns, I want to make this look kind of like dirty, like it's kind of matching the rest of the train aesthetic that's going around, and this will be probably filled in with gravel. But yeah, I want this to kind of go up and down a little bit. It's going to add some life, I think, into the ground level. Now, right here is where I've got to start worrying about like how deep am I going to have this? So I'm going to actually clear this back like so. And I want this tunnel to be too wide, which means I need to clear it back even further, because this right here is going to need to also be the same material that I'm building on the outer wall. So for example, I'm just going to start placing this in like so. And then, yeah, even right here is going to need it. And then this, ooh, this actually needs to be taken back, I think another. Yeah, and oh man, this is going to be a lot bigger of a tunnel than I originally thought. It's just the tunnel's not going to be very tall that goes into this, right? It's going to be kind of a mix here. Like, it's really hard to visualize this until we start getting this all set up and start hollowing it out. how this arch is going to work. So you know what? I'm going to continue adding the wall section, but I'm also going to go ahead and, for the most part, get this raised up, at least to the height that the bridge currently is at. And there we go. This is the bottom section, and yeah, this is gonna be pretty nice. Like, it definitely fits that like dirty fill, which is kind of what I'm going for like the lower sections of things, making it kind of look a little bit dirtier than using like andesite and stuff. But the upper half of the bridge is going to probably be a mix of andesite and stone, similar to what I'm using for my other like sort of walls and retaining walls, just to kind of keep everything consistent. But like at the same time, this does kind of feel real to life to me. This looks very similar to like things that I've actually seen where I live. Like, I grew up, like I said, around a bunch of trains and stuff, and mountains and different sort of bridges and stuff we've had to go through, and this feels very much like bridges that you would have gone through if you were in a small town, for example. There would have been a thing like this and a lot of wooden trusses that would have been underneath here. Like, it would have been, I've seen some really crazy cobbled together like wooden truss systems that go like underneath the corners of bridges like this. It's pretty wild, honestly. I wonder if I could even recreate that here. Okay, but before we start working on that, like, I do want to finish up the thickening of the walls and actually get this put together. So that means a little bit of andesite, I think, and stone, and yeah, and andesite, and more andesite. Did I mention andesite, by the way? I feel like I've not. Now, if you're trying to recreate the gradient that I've been going with for these sections right here, essentially I have cobblestone, I have polished andesite, 3 stone, and I'm going with 2 andesite, 2 stacks. And that gives a really nice like sort of gradient of blocks here, with the stone being the primary block that goes into this palette. But I mean, this is a great like liner for walls, or at least I found it to be. Now, adding some slabs to the side, this is going to make this look a little bit more realistic as well, adding some different height variants here. But I also want to make sure, if I do put some slabs in, that they are going to be covering up these like little corner bits that are sticking out. Yeah, I think that's 100% necessary here, because it does look kind of weird. Just like all of the other sections that I've done of the train track, I do want gravel to be lined on the edge, because I just think that feels, for some reason, it just feels more realistic. I don't know if there's some merit to that. Like, is all train tracks like surrounded with this kind of gravel stuff? I don't know, but everywhere I remember seeing trains growing up, this existed. So you know what? Now that we've got this wall set up, and the outside here also looking pretty good, got the gravel laid down on the side, I think it's now time to start actually working on the archway here. Yeah. I mean, first thing I can do is get these girders attached. So it does look like, I mean, we can just connect these directly in, and I mean, they look fine. Like, they go right into each other. And then same on this side, get the girders placed in. Perfect, because when I tested this, the girder is like the perfect height for the train top. Like, the train will not actually interact with those girders. It fits perfectly. But this also means that we probably need some sort of support beams. So I'm thinking we could also get the girders to go up top here, like this. And same on this side. Unfortunately, though, we can't make it look like it's connected. It just doesn't work. But I can make it go in all the way. It looks a little bit better. Now, this is the side where it becomes a little bit harder to connect, because it would have to be on this side. Like, this is where it would be, but because this is arched out and it gets sent this direction, oh, it makes it a lot harder. But what I could do is I could do something like this maybe, and have that connect. Like, that seems it's still a little weird. And you know what? I think that works. Now, it's not exactly what I was originally envisioning, but the more I look at it, the more I think this is much better than what I actually envisioned. I wasn't envisioning like a actual tunnel rock formation, but I don't think that is going to be possible, because it's just not tall enough. And getting this bridge to actually go tall enough means an entire redo of this whole section here. And this was already redone like 2 or 3 times just to get that curve that it is there. It's really hard to like lower the tracks back down and everything, especially if we're going over or under our original set of track. I mean, the create train tracks just don't really like to go up and down, like I mentioned before. What I might do, though, to add a little bit more of an interesting look to this is maybe hollow out some of this section to give it, I don't know, a little bit more of a arch. You know what? That does feel a lot better, like less tight having it set up like that. But now I think that has turned out really, really nice. I mean, for what it is, maybe even adding some slabs underneath here would look really good. But I think what I want to do now is add a few girders on the outside, and we can take some of the andesite, for example, and we can use polished andesite. I really like the idea of using this as like a cap. And then what we can do is we branch this down. This goes with the similar style to what I'm doing in one of my tunnels. And then off the side, we can add a little lamppost. And yeah, that fits in really, really nice, I think. Same on this side, we can add a little lamppost to this, or we could use these that already exist up here as some lampposts. I think that's a good idea. Actually kind of covers those up, makes them feel like they're being used for something. But same thing goes out here. What I'll do, I'll add a top, which will be like this block right here, and then bring this down. Just give some light here so we don't have so many creepers everywhere. Drop this and add a lamp. Ah, beautiful. Now I think what would be cool is like after we get our chocolate factory up and running, like a place like this could be like a fountain, and we could have ourselves like a chocolate fountain here where our train, if somebody was to drive up here and do a loop, for example, yeah, they would be able to see, oh, this is a chocolate factory or something like that, right? I don't know. I have a feeling that we'll be able to come up with some creative ideas for like chocolate factories, maybe using milk. I still don't know if milk can be placed in world. I don't know if create adds that functionality. I think it does. But anyways, we'll have to find out whenever the time comes. Now with the bridge section done, there's still a little bit more decorating that I want to do to this track edge. And that is make this look like it was actually used. So first, I want to see if I can't get some tracks maybe laid in here. I don't know how good this is going to be actually. I might have to like kind of mix and match, make it look like there was train tracks broken into one another like through this area. A little bit janky, but I'll figure it out, right? Like they can go on corners like this. Hello, creeper. Yeah, and just make kind of like some broken tracks throughout. I think that adds a whole lot of like detail, I think, to the area. And then I can add some lampposts through here, make it look like there was some stuff going on. And yeah, I can add like some barrels. That could look good. Now I think adding barrels, yeah, this is what's gonna make this whole thing, I think, look good. Yeah, and then along the edge we'll add some girders, and just like we were doing on the other side, except stopping here, we'll add ourselves some lantern thingy from the side. Now taking a look at this, yes, that definitely looks like it used to be a train track that has been decommissioned and broken down for the most part, and then they got kind of tired and just left the rest of it because, yeah, they were told to move on to new projects, because when making train tracks, well, you kind of just have to get stuff done. And if that means leaving others behind, I guess that's part of it, I guess. Anyways, I want to go ahead and also start making some other lighting adjustments here. So along the wall, I want to definitely add some lights. This, I think, is where I'm going to actually have my receiving area. This is what's actually going to send product to the chocolate factory. So this section right here has been moved back just a little bit, but it is one of the only nice straight areas that I have on the mountain. And that's kind of a problem, right? Now, on top of all of that, I was also thinking, you know what? I have this essentially wrapping around going this direction, but what I could do is I could make this actually wrap back in and be a loop. So that way, if somebody wanted to turn around for right now, or if I wanted to turn a train around, I could just take this and loop myself back around, making it a really nice, perfect loop. I will say, being someone from the States, it is very confusing with our trains being left-hand drive. When I originally built this, I actually built it from the right going in. That felt super nice. And then I realized only afterwards that I had to redo this whole gravel section because I built the train out going the wrong direction. But yes, this way, let's see, can we make this a smooth transition this way? I mean, as smooth as it can be. I mean, if I can get it to line up with this track, that would be pretty smooth, but I just don't think that's going to be possible. And so, I mean, this seems like an okay amount of turn. Maybe like that. It's really hard to tell. So now thinking about the train logistics, this is going to be a one-way track. This is the way that you are going to travel. So this way, and then whenever you come back out, essentially, you can either go back, like you're going back towards the train station, or you can go back in the same track path that you were originally going. So this will always be one way. You should never be coming back on this track and have a route that way. That's why you see there is no path or train track going back. So That's intentional. So just to clean this up, I will make sure to get this added in. There we go. So we have a nice little support underneath here. Now, just to make sure that any train we build in the future will fit and make sure it fits perfectly through that tunnel, I'm sending this train right here, which is going to be the size of basically every other train I build. So just to make sure that everything fits smoothly in here, we can watch this. And there's a little bit of clipping in the nose, but outside of that, I mean, everything fit perfectly. And yeah, you go right underneath that tunnel, right over the top of this. Oh, this is going to be so good. The train is going to pull up here and there'll be a train stop up the road. And then we'll have to figure out how to get that lined up perfectly. I don't think the train for the chocolate factory is going to be this big, but yeah, this is, this is so cool. And then it goes down the tunnel here. Still got to figure out what I'm going to do with this tunnel, but this was just essentially cleared out. It looks kind of whimsical. Might even become part of the chocolate factory. I don't know. And then we go down this really steep, non-derailable turn. Yeah, that's, yeah, I'm sure shifting all the weight in the container forward is a good thing, you know? It's probably perfect. You know, at least we'll have some nice shaken up milk and everything. And then we'll just make sure to get right back on track after that beautiful turn. And there we go. We are perfectly back on track, ready to be rotating around. Now, with all of that out of the way, we got ourselves a pathway ready for a beautiful chocolate factory to get all set up. It's now time to do what I said I was going to do at the beginning, and that is, well, name the station and name the train. And the station's name is going to have to go out to Mr. Tribal, who said the Partway Station. Which I think is a really good name because it's part way to where we're going to call our quote unquote main base and spawn. So I think that's perfect. And you guys decided so as well with several likes on there, making it the top comment. So to set this up, I think I can just right click on the center here. I don't think though I can center that, or can I? Actually, you know what? I think we can center by just simply adding some spaces to the name. And yeah, this is one way I think that you can center things. Looks like we got to remove a few spaces maybe. I don't know if there's another way to do this, but yeah, this is how I had found to like center names. That's about as close as it's gonna get. And I think, yeah, I can right click on there and look at that. I think at least for now, this is what it's going to be called. I've got to figure out the signs a bit more, but as of right now, this is Partway Station. And also thank you, Mr. Tribal, for commenting that. And then of course, we can't forget to name our truck. And oddly enough, this comment got the most amount of likes and has got to be one of the most bizarre ways to name this thing. And that is from Morris Amalgam, who said, well, name the train, which we can close it back up, and name the train Boat. It says to help reduce the confusion of whether it's a train or a truck. That's the best name for it is just simply Boat. So it's named Boat now. But I do thank you guys so very much for commenting all of your comments, letting me know what I should name this. There was a lot of good laughs to be had, especially while just kind of sitting in bed and reading the comments on the TV. Like that is hilarious. Stuff like that is kind of what makes my day in the evenings. And yeah, it's all thanks to you guys, really. But another good name for the truck that got second place was Helldiver. And I think that is fantastic as well, considering it is going through the Nether. But I'm honestly not sure how much longer it will be going through the Nether. Oh man, yeah. And that one was by Johnish. Oof. I can't even pronounce the name. John as FH. Yes, that. Because I'm still crashing though. Yeah, with it going through the Nether and with it on, it is definitely still crashing. So eventually this might just end up being another train track that just becomes a pass through that goes through the mountain. That, my friends, is another problem for another day, because today we're just all out of time. And I hope you enjoyed this huge episode that is filled to the brim with all kinds of different content, between time lapses, hanging out with server peeps, and everything else that happened today. I hope you guys got a laugh or two out of today's video. But of course, with that being said, be sure to click that subscribe button if you did enjoy, and give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. Really does go a long way interacting with the video in any way, whether that is a comment, giving this video a like, or even subscribing. Like I said, it goes a long way. Also, check out the links down in the description below. We do have some Discords I'd love for you to join. And just like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys are interested in any kind of art, definitely be sure to post that over there so that way I can share it in this world with others. I think it'd be really, really fun to actually start decorating things with some kind of art. Even if it's like graffiti, because I know some of you guys had mentioned like putting like some kind of graffiti. So like SMP related graffiti would be hilarious to have on these walls. And also don't forget to follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. And that is basically it for today. And without further ado, it's now time to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks is going to go out to Marty Striz. Thank you so much, by the way, for your amazing support and choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and supporting me and this content in one of the best ways possible. Thank you so very much. And of course, guys, I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.